In partnership with Redpoint Ventures, we are at Nasdaq's MarketSite celebrating the Redpoint InfraRed 100 list. My name is Christina Ayanian, and joining me today is co-founder of Cockroach Labs, Peter Mattis. Peter, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
Now, let's talk about Cockroach Labs and your founding story. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we founded Cockroach Labs back in 2015. I co-founded it myself, Spencer Kimball, and Ben Darnell. We founded Cockroach Labs out of necessity. We really came up with the idea while working on a previous startup that had nothing to do with databases, but we needed a database, and we were looking at the database landscape, and we didn't like what we saw. We knew we needed a database that could handle modern applications. Let me give you a little bit more context about my background. My co-founders and I cut our teeth working at Google. I was there for nearly a decade, and I participated in the development of some of those early web-scale data systems and saw up close the challenges of data for these cloud applications. And then eventually we emerged from Google and we took a look at the database landscape and we saw an opportunity. The opportunity we saw was to bring the learnings we had gotten at Google out into the broader world and to bring a distributed SQL database to the market.
That's very interesting. You were taking your asks and developed a solution for it, and now you're sharing that solution with your clients.
That's exactly it.
So why did you name a company after a cockroach?
Well, we hear this question all the time. Names are important. We want a name that was memorable. You hear the name, it sticks in your head, you can't get rid of it, you're a little bit curious about it. We want a name that was evocative. Cockroaches are famously hard to kill. They're extraordinarily resilient. Folks theorize that they could survive a nuclear apocalypse. So we designed CockroachDB for maximal resilience, to survive disasters, to thrive anywhere, and to be able to scale up to handle the demands of applications.
And Cockroach is now able to handle massive amounts of data across different data points seamlessly, correct?
That's correct, yes. So one of our big features is the ability to provide fast data access across geographic distances. And this provides a better experience for consumers, low latency access to data, and it also provides resilience to be able to survive data center outages.
And the database business, the database market is an $80 billion market. So it's safe to say it's a very crowded one. What makes Cockroach Labs unique and what makes you stand out against your competitors?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. It is a huge market. What we see is these companies out there that are using databases, and this is pretty much every company in the world, they are constantly evolving new ways to deliver value to customers, but the databases haven't really kept pace over the years. Simply put, legacy databases were not designed for modern application development. They put too much burden on application developers and database operators. So we designed a database that could survive disasters, that could provide fast geographic access to data, that could incrementally scale up to meet demand. You don't want to just start with the massive scale. You want to scale up as the demand increases over time. These applications are often the system of record for these companies. So correctness and uninterruptible operation are often just critical needs. CockroachDB meets all these requirements.
You're ensuring consistency and resiliency, like you said.
At the same time.
At the same time. That's incredible. Who's using CockroachDB? What are some use cases?
Yeah. So our customers, they are established data leaders in their industries. They're also innovators. We have 2 of the top 5 banks in the world in our customer list, and innovators in the fintech world, such as Nubank out of South America. We have 2 of the top 5 global automakers, 4 of the major technology companies in the world. We have Netflix and Comcast, which are streaming media juggernauts. And then we also have tech innovators, such as Fortinet, LaunchDarkly, and Rubrik among our customer list. The applications that they're powering, these are financial services, they're on-demand grocery delivery, they're gaming systems. They kind of span the gamut of use cases there. And they're using it they need the scale, they need the resilience, they need that correctness and uninterruptible operation. And they need this in a package that is easy to use.
I find that really interesting because no matter what industry you're in, you're going to need a provider, a database provider like Cockroach.
Yeah, and that is one of our the great things about the database market. It is everywhere. It's powering all these industries. We do have it focused down a little bit more narrowly as we're going right now, but really our aspirations are to tackle everything.
Now you've also grown tremendously. You're a Series F company. What's next for Cockroach?
Yeah, well, our focus to date has been providing the world's best distributed transactional database. And we are really just going to continue with that focus. We don't see a need to veer off of it. We believe we're on the precipice of a new wave of innovation and demand for data, and we see this coming out in the market through all this attention on machine learning, AI, generative AI. all that focus on those systems is going to create this new demand for data. Organizations have to get ready for that demand. The database has to be ready for that demand. And we're focused on making sure CockroachDB is going to be the preeminent database solution to meet that new next wave of innovation.
Absolutely, and no doubt you will be. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story. We look forward to continue following.
All right.
Thank you
for having me.